Welcome back to Overexerted, the Disney Lorcana podcast where everything's fine.
Yes.
Everything's fine. Everything's great.
Woo! Who are you?
I'm Benny, one of the hosts of this amazing podcast about an amazing card game where nothing ever goes wrong.
I'm James.
And who are you?
Also a host of this podcast where nothing ever goes wrong.
I'm Heath. I'm also here.
Oh boy. Gentlemen, we had some stuff happen this last week, that kind of...
Why is the rum gone?
kind of off the rails, was putting it mildly.
Yeah, well, you had a prediction of how you thought ticket sales would go.
And it was so tame. It was so tame compared to what happened. It was like, oh, the website's going to crash.
Nostradamus, you are not.
So awesome if that's all that happened. Oh,
hey,
man.
You got 1 of 3 right.
That's true.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Was it only 3, though?
The crash and the bait and switch would be the pivot would be the 3 that I was thinking of. But
so let's
tell the people that definitely haven't heard because they've been living under a rock.
Yeah, for everyone who's only, again, for those of you who only get your news from Overexerted, what we're talking about is the first DLCs went on sale this last week in Bologna, for Bologna and for Milwaukee. And Bologna went fairly okay. There were some bandwidth issues, I think. There was but the people running it kept people in the Discord updated and said, look, there's some in carts. We're gonna every 20 minutes the cart's empty, so you can probably just keep going. And then they eventually all sold.
Yeah.
But the Milwaukee sale run by Pastimes, that's a different story.
Pretty much the same thing.
Okay, so who wants to take what happened first?
Benny, you want to run through what happened, or you...
Do you know all the steps?
Well, to quote one of my favorite movies, Boondock Saints, it was a firefight! It was worse than the previous years. That's the easiest way to say it. It was worse than last time. Yes, people had problems with websites crashing, as we predicted. What people didn't have problems with was, well, actually, I guess they did have problems with it, but what people weren't expecting.
Yes, they threw some all-new problems into the mix that I don't know if anybody could have guessed.
So the tickets went on sale early, first of all.
Early, because apparently someone at the website didn't click the right button for Pacific Standard versus Pacific Daylight Time.
Oh, so that's one. That's one. An hour early. Number 2, the website crashes. Number 3, there's panic in the Discord about what's going on. Number 4, nobody knows where the tickets are going on sale. They've now swapped the website over to Eventbrite again to sell tickets. And number 5, they announced that you can buy tickets on the Eventbrite website at 4 minutes after when tickets had already sold out 2 minutes prior.
And about 20 seconds after they'd sold out.
But why? Yeah. But why?
It's crazy. So yeah, if you and by the way, let's all add on to that, because this is also something that ended up happening later that day when the Pastimes website came back. If you had managed to get your ticket into your cart during those first 20 minutes when the website was working, it was still there, and you could still purchase it now that the website was clear of all the traffic. So, like, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, some people bought some tickets. So, yes, it went on sale at 8 a.m., not 9 a.m. Pacific, for some reason. The website basically crashed. There were issues. About 20 or 30 minutes in, you basically had to be like hitting the refresh button in order to even get into the site to have a chance, and then maybe you could check out. They turned off the ticket. So like if you did manage to get one in your cart after 8:30, you couldn't actually purchase it at that time. It would just go lead to there's 502 forbidden or whatever it was.
Yeah, 404 error
or whatever those errors. And then I think the timeline was at 8:56 ish. They announced that the tickets would be going up on Eventbrite only in the Pastimes server.
Pastimes Discord.
The Discord.
Yeah. And
I saw it on JDZ's Twitch stream. Someone posted the link in his chat. At 9:03-ish, people were posting that it was sold out. At 9:04, Greg Tito posted in the official Lorcana Discord that tickets were now on sale at Eventbrite. So yes, that was just some bad sequence of events that just should never have happened. None of that should have happened at all.
So, in my very humble opinion, I think the better way of handling it would be, tickets went on sale early, shut that down as quickly as you possibly can, and then announce to everybody, hey, there is an issue with the ticket sales. We're actually going to be selling them a couple hours later now. So instead of 10 o'clock, we're going to do it at, I don't know, noon or something like that, or
the same
tomorrow.
Time the next day, yeah.
Right?
Something.
Don't panic. So it's like anyone who's ever, if your wife's been pregnant and you're about to have a kid, the best thing you can do is not panic when it's about to happen and just try to be as cool-headed as possible and figure out what the next step is. Because when you panic, you make more mistakes, and when you make more mistakes...
What mistakes did you make when your wife was... This feels like there's a history there.
No. I was cool, calm, and collected.
Sure.
But you always see...
I was asleep till right before. My wife still won't let me live it down. I'm like, you're not sleeping. I might as well be fresh for this.
Yeah.
So this is what I don't understand. Yeah, exactly. They seem to prioritize, the main priority is getting this on sale at 9 a.m. Pacific on this day. Forget anything else that should be a priority, like having it be a smooth and fair process for everyone as much as possible. No, it has to go on sale at 9. So at 8:56 on our own Discord only that has like 40 people on it, we're going to post the link there.
Yeah.
Imagine that would be like if they reached out and they're like, "Hey guys, so we messed up and Overexerted. Can you guys announce where the new website's gonna?" What?
The 5 people that hear.
The 5 to 10 active people in the Discord. Can you let them know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy that there was no other social media announcement of any kind anywhere except for the one post in the Pastime server and the one post that was too late in the Disney Lorcana server.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. You know what struck me as funny was, so I know we've already kind of dropped the name, but let's try and keep things relatively, vague, because just so we reduce the witch hunting. But anyways, one of the voices of authority said that they were in the process of constructing their posts for other social channels when they posted on the Lorcana Discord. And, by that time it was already sold out, so they didn't see the point. I'm like, okay, they were already too late for the Discord, but it was probably a couple minutes before they realized that. Is copy-paste not a thing? Like, you just copy what was in the Discord and you paste it onto X and you paste it onto.
There's also fancy new programs that you can do at once, and it posts it out to all of those places for you.
Isn't it amazing?
What?
There is and has been for several years that will post it all to all social channels simultaneously.
I don't know. So that was basically the morning. That was done by, like, as we say, 9:04 was when it was sold out. The next few hours was, if you're watching this, you see in the top corner of Heath's background, trying to follow the Lorcana Discord, and it's gone. There were so many people in the Discord just back and forth yelling and complaining. I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah. The pitchforks were out.
Angry about what happened, about the fact that there was no, the communication was lacking, the sale was bad, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And now you wanted to eventually, a few hours later, the communications manager for Disney Lorcana did get into the Discord and start answering questions. And I'm gonna share it. And again, we don't want to witch hunt, but he is the communications manager, which means he is communicating for Disney Lorcana and Ravensburger. So do we see the statement on the screen now?
Yeah. Let's be clear, there was always going to be some folks who wouldn't be able to purchase tickets to this event.
Right. And so it goes on and says the demand was high, and there were, some decisions made and whatnot. So I think the middle of this is basically like, hey, we made some mistakes, and, all we can do is move on and approve what we're doing. It's the beginning. The let's be clear part. There were always going to be some folks who wouldn't be able to purchase a ticket to this event, which is an incredibly, I'd say, very, very bad way to start off this statement.
Yeah.
Because it's like, come on, you guys, aren't you smart enough to know that you weren't going to get a ticket? Probably. Come on.
Yeah.
And then the end is also one that I had a huge issue with, which is, I am disheartened by the anger and rudeness on display. I want our community to be better than that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to take my Melania meme, my
They are
best.
disheartened by anger? They screwed up this bad and they are disheartened by the anger. Now, later, Greg went on to clarify that he was only targeting those few people who were angry and rude in a manner that was inappropriate. But that's not what this statement says.
Yeah.
And it is clear that it is basically saying the community, everybody in the community, he is disheartened by our anger and rudeness. Rudeness, I get. Anger, that's no good. This is not a good statement at all.
I forgot to include my Melania meme, my best.
When I first read this statement, I was like, okay. And then when I went online and I just saw the insane amount of backlash that was going across Twitter, I was like, oh. I mean, first of all, I will say I did have a couple chuckles at some of the memes, i.e. the one that's in the bottom left corner of...
Or this one, yeah.
Yeah, that one made me laugh, and I think somebody also had a Les Mis one using the same...
And it was the vampires, the aristocratic vampires of the Twilight series.
Yes, that's it. And that gave me a good chuckle, and I thought those were pretty funny. But yeah, like one of the comments that I remember reading was somebody saying, this post gives me the vibes of I'm sorry what I said made you mad.
Right.
Which is like, oh, well, you shouldn't have taken it that way. I'm sorry I made you mad. And I get that, yeah, a lot of people took it that way, and I did talk to a couple other people in my community, and they're just like, yeah, well, if you went on the Disney Lorcana Discord, you would see like it was pretty brutal. There were some people saying some pretty brutal things. And I can understand now Greg going back and saying like, hey, I was more talking to the people saying the brutal stuff, not everybody. But yeah, it did not come across that way at first, and it's like, yeah, but you also have to understand, like, the community's mad because it's like, I think I've run out of fingers and toes to count how many times
fool
there's
me
been
once,
a mess
fool me
up.
twice, fool me 268 times.
Yeah, it's just like, it definitely came across the wrong way, especially when it's like, dude, this has been like a once a week occurrence with this game lately. And it's like, you can't say to other people, hey, you guys need to be better when if you're dropping the ball, you can't tell people to be better, Like,
Yeah. No. Precisely.
Your own house first.
Yeah.
If you play any type of sport, you can't be the guy out there catching penalties, fumbling the ball, handing it off to the other team, and then just being like, hey, you need to be better at getting me the ball. Like.
So this is where I want to give Greg some grace, and this is why, for anyone out there that's feeling like getting your pitchforks out, like, I want to give you a little bit of context, which is to say, like, consider how stressful a situation this must have been that he was thrown into. We've talked about him being thrown to the wolves before. This has got to be the peak. And I swear, we were messaging privately on the day. I'm like, I swear, dude's looking at his LinkedIn right now, like, who's hiring? What have I signed myself up for? Like, this post, I got a lot of problems with as well, and several others, and I'll kind of bring those up, but I want to critique it with the mindset that, like, I don't know that I would have done better. I would have liked to have think that I would have done better, but, like, that's a stressful situation. So you got tens of thousands of people, actively watching you in the moment, let alone the hundreds of thousands that will read this after. So I imagine that is extremely stressful, and he was just kind of like trying to do what he could to settle things down. That being said, you guys have already covered kind of the personal aspect that I have an issue with. But just from a, like, business aspect, the other problem I have is what I've raised before, is kind of the almost gaslighting, like, it's not as bad as you think it is situation, using language like, and this was used later, not necessarily in that post, but like, it wasn't ideal, or, this wasn't the best outcome, or like things like that. It's like, no, this was as bad as it could have been. Like, you absolutely 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, dropped the ball. So, stop trying to minimize it. And this is where I have so much respect and appreciation for JDZ, because he called it out on the Lorecast, and we'll get to that in a little bit, but, like, you can't tell me, it wasn't ideal. And also that the real issue was, the shifting of it to Eventbrite. It's like, well, it was that you shifted it, but also with how quickly it was shifted, how poorly it was communicated, the fact that you didn't just shut things down right away, like the fact that there wasn't a plan in place, a contingency plan. You saw what we did to the sites last time, to Eventbrite. You saw how much traffic there was and how much demand there was the last times. How do you not foresee, hey, if things go wrong, if things go sideways, what's our contingency plan? Because what happened tells me that there was none. Because there's no way that any of that would have been in any logical person's contingency plan. There should have been someone monitoring, several someones monitoring the site from early in the morning to gauge traffic leading up to the point. And as soon as it went live, like, it felt like the reactions were between like 8:30 and 8:40 was when they really started reacting to it. I'm sorry, how is this not at 8:02? Oh my gosh, it's live. Shut it down. Right? Like, the contingency plan should have been, if the site crashes and just nothing's working, shut it down. And then and we have people monitoring and people that can make decisions that are ready to make decisions if something happens, right? And then we shut it down, and then, like you said, we relaunched it again the next day or whatever the case may be. But the fact that it just kind of felt like there was someone just like, sure, let's do that. Like an hour after it had launched, like...
Yeah.
No, this was not, could have been better, not ideal. This was utter garbage.
Yeah, pure chaos.
A disaster. So,
the only thing that could have, the only thing that could have made this be less ideal is if all the tickets had gone to bots. That's the only thing that makes this less ideal.
We don't know that they didn't.
We don't.
There's formatting that you can put in place on Eventbrite to prevent that, but from what I've heard from some people that actually know what these things do, is this was just kind of slapped together. So there's a good chance that there wasn't those contingencies put in place.
Yeah,
well, there was a post after that says, anyone who needs to change your contact info for your ticket, please reach out to us. That's prime real estate for anyone using bots.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys have like a full day to get back to me and let me know if you want these tickets. Otherwise, I'm just going to refund them. And then it's like, oh, you have up until 7 days to get them refunded. It's like 7 days before the event to get them refunded.
So you have like 3 months, right? 4 months, whatever.
So plenty of time to just, oh, sorry, I didn't see the post. I'd love to change my contact info on my ticket. Please do that. Have you guys thought about, I don't know, maybe linking it to a form of ID, some sort of thing that, locks it in, so if you're not the person buying the ticket, you're not going. Whoa.
Something like maybe a Robbinsburger Play Hub email.
Whoa! Hold on! So wait, you're telling me if we competed in weeklies, we could earn points that we could then use, but not actually use them. It would just say, this guy actually plays the game quite frequently. Maybe we should let him buy a ticket. Him or her. Or her. Them. We should let them buy a ticket. Just a crazy thought.
James,
Also,
what do you think about it?
It is 2025, and there is something called technology that we can use. And I'm sure there's some kind of technology that would allow that to happen. So hopefully we will have something like that.
Yeah.
So I, of course, as you know, am not going to any DLCs for Season 2. That is already determined, not going to happen. So I wasn't even worried about this. But I was, of course, involved because I'm involved in the community. So I was on that website as soon as I heard that it was on sale early and seeing what was happening. And so I was kind of laughing about the whole thing because it's a comedy of errors. And you can either get really angry or just laugh at how absurd it is. I was laughing mostly, and then, unfortunately, Greg's post did make me angry. And I was not, like I said, I didn't have a horse in the race, but it was just like so frustrating for 2 years, hearing, yeah, we messed up. Let's, give us a chance to do better next time. And in a variety of things. And the fact that we're not getting a lot of stuff better the next time. This thing is worse than any sale that happened previously that they have done. And so it's a step backwards. And they told us, hey, we're gonna do better. And they said after this that we're gonna do better. That's what we should talk about is the Lorecast.
Yeah.
But that's my basic feeling is it was a comedy of errors. It should never have happened. They should have much better people, companies, whatever, spend some money on some servers, something, to make sure that these sales go through. You cut the North American DLCs in half And so therefore there are the same number or more people who want to play in half the number of DLCs. So why would you think that the amount of people that want access to this is going to go down? So even if you limit it to just that region, that's 100 million people in that region who may be a customer who want to go. Out of those 100 million people, I'm sure a few thousand want to go just from that region. Yeah. So anyway, that's my thoughts. But let's talk. So
before we get to the Lorecast, I do have one last thought about the day of, which is our tournament organizer, Pastimes. Think about, if any of you have been to a DLC or just been to a big event, think about all that goes into organizing that to make it successful. Think about how PPG got better as the year went on. I heard disastrous things about Atlanta. And by the time we got to Seattle, it felt like a pretty well-run machine. Yeah, there were little things that I could nitpick, but it was pretty well-run and organized. And now I'm thinking about what is DLC Milwaukee going to look like when we have an organizer who not only the lack of organization with everything that we just discussed, but think about this. 6 days prior to the tickets going on sale, they weren't even ready to announce a price. 24 hours before the tickets went on sale, they hadn't even announced how and where tickets were going to be sold. We found out later that night, but 24 hours beforehand, we did not know. We got, to my knowledge, or as best as I'm aware, whatever kind of language it was, as far as I know, this is where you're going to buy them on Pastime's website. And then the disorganization the day of. So all those things factored in, it does not bode well for how organized Milwaukee's going to be.
We didn't even know where it was happening, where Milwaukee was happening, which center it was at.
Yeah.
Until about 24 hours before.
Yeah.
Or less.
Yeah, I think it was end up being like 16 or 17 hours prior we found out these things.
Yeah.
And we didn't get a solid answer on whether there would be side events on Friday or not.
Yep.
I mean, we got the answer that yes, there would be no side events. It would be
yes, there would be none.
Yes, there would be none. But on the Disney Lorcana website, on the page for challenges, it says that there will be side events on Friday. I think it might still say that right now, because who knows? So yes, every comedy of errors, everything that can go wrong has been going wrong. The people that are involved on the Ravensburger team have been there for a few months now, and I understand that they had to hit the ground running. But I think that there are a few things that they could stop running and get a few things in line to make sure things are set for what's happening, and someone needs to sit down and have a plan. If this is and based on what so now we can talk about the Lorecast, but apparently they do have plans. The problem is that nothing's getting implemented in the way that they want, or how they want, or it's happening in the right way, or anything like that. So on the Lorecast, here's the major points. They didn't sell all the tickets because they were switching from the Pastimes website to Eventbrite. They didn't know exactly how many tickets sold on Pastimes, so they decided to not list as many tickets as they thought might have been left. They listed a few hundred less. So they say that they now have, after the sales have happened and they have totaled everything, there are around 300 tickets left. And those will be put on sale in some manner sometime in a week or so once they figure out how.
You better have a lightning fast internet connection if they just put it live.
Whether they do a lottery or something, who knows? But yes, they're going to put them on sale in some manner. We'll find that out maybe on next week's Lorecast. And
I would like them to do a lottery. Sorry to interject, but I feel like I'm going to forget this. I would like them to do a lottery just because I'd like them to then actually see how many people would apply for that lottery. To actually see how much demand is there for them. Because the website's crashing, the kind of anecdotal demand is uncertain. But if they did a lottery and people actually had to apply to be in that lottery, then they might get an actual sense of the demand for this.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. I mean, that was really the major announcement from that. I would say that Greg did apologize for the company for what happened. It wasn't until a few minutes, like 5 minutes or more into the Lorecast, I think it should have been the first thing. You know, he said, hey, we're here. We're going to talk about this. And first thing I want to do, I would like to apologize for how it all went down. That's not what we want. That's what you want to hear immediately. That's the first thing that should happen, is you should apologize for what happened and then go from there and talk about everything else, like the fun stuff and whatever. Because JDZ Quests was on the Lorecast as well. He's a content creator who was also one of the casters for Worlds. He had already been planned to be there before all the things had happened, and he was actually, he mentioned it on the Lorecast, he was given an opportunity to not be there in case he didn't want to be a part of it. And he said, nope, I'm going to be there because the community needs a voice. Yeah, he's like, the community needs a voice, and he's true. It's true. The community does need a voice. They need to hear from us. And he did like hit Greg with like, hey, he said it in the mostly nice way, but he's like, that was not optimal. That was not good. Nothing about that. It was good. Like, what's going to happen after this? And like, so Greg did apologize. He did, unfortunately, about his statements and how they were taken wrong. He did apologize for that, but he did the PR move and said, I apologize that people got upset.
Yeah.
And
that this was perceived this way.
Yes. And that is, again, not what we want to hear. We don't want the PR answer. We're all smart enough to know that is a PR move. We want to hear that you're sorry that you phrased it that way, that you messed up, and that you will move on, and you did not intend for it to mean that. This is what you meant, that you only were talking to the very small, specific people who were being rude and inappropriate. Fine. Thank you for the apology. Now I understand what you meant. We move on. But that's not what happened. Again, I don't think that there ever was really an apology for that statement. And so that's basically what, like, the entire 45 minutes to an hour of the Lorecast was. I mean, we didn't get any other news except for the 300 tickets. A digital client was mentioned, and again, was the basic phrasing was, we are in the process of wanting to maybe look into, maybe there is a digital, basically just a bunch of wishy-washy where it's like they couldn't say anything about there being a digital client.
Yeah.
A judge program, again, we can't say anything, but a judge program is definitely something that we want. But we can't.
Like, why can't you say anything about that? Again, at this point, I wouldn't buy anything they say anyway, so maybe that's why. But like,
I love the game. I don't want to bash the game, but like I would bet 10-1 odds that Riftbound, One Piece, even Union Arena, like they have fan-made digital clients, and I bet you Riftbound will have a digital client before Lorcana will, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to say it. I love the game. I love what you guys are doing with the game and the cards.
Yeah.
But come on, man. Like, I understand you want people to play in person, but people also don't want to be dropping $50 a card to see if that's the deck that they might maybe, I don't know, be interested in. Like,
the crazy thing is digital clients are a huge moneymaker too. Like, think about how much Wizards makes off MTG Arena printing digital cards. Like,
yeah.
So much money. So this should have been, like, they should have been on a digital client as soon as they were on creating the game. Like,
well, we did get a digital client.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Disney,
like
what is it called? Disney Solitaire? Yeah, that's their digital client.
So yeah, they continue to diminish, or to like basically treat the thing like it wasn't. Like, there was a couple points where Greg slipped up and almost admitted that it was terrible. but clawed it back real quickly.
So that's where your other meme on your background there is coming from, which is last week's JDZ keeping things a full buck.
That's his version for like keeping things real, keeping things straight. 100%, all that. Loved it. Love the. So, sorry. Go ahead.
You could tell that he probably had been given like, hey, you can go ahead and say things, but you also can't say things.
Yeah. You can say this, but you better not say this, or this.
Yeah. I feel like he said more than they probably vetted him for, but at the same time, he. So this is where I think you can do what JDZ did, which is he found a nice way of saying it without diminishing it, which is you don't have to call it a piece of. I'll save my editing. You don't have to completely just shred faces to, be real about what it was. You can find a nice way to say it, but say it. Don't be like, it wasn't ideal. Say like, man, it probably couldn't have gone any worse, right? Like, even just like, even if you gotta laugh it off, like, just like, oh my gosh, guys, like, I gotta be honest. Yeah. Like, be real about it. At this point, again, I've said the trust is burned so much that even if they start doing that, it's going to take a while for me to actually buy it as sincere, as genuine. But they got to start somewhere. I always say, when you burn trust, you got to work twice as hard just to get back to zero, let alone to positive territory. But you got to start somewhere. So anytime. But yeah, JDZ really, did the heavy lifting on this one and did as much as humanly possible. I think did us proud. I think was a great representation. Again, to your point, James, like as much as he possibly could have been, and probably more than they wanted him to.
I'm basically in the same spot you are. I'm tired of all the mistakes because, as Benny mentioned, this game is awesome.
Right?
I love playing the game. When I go to weekly, I laugh, I play, I win, I lose, I have a good time. The gameplay is so much fun, and it engages my brain a lot, which is great. I love the art. I love doing things like buying the Japanese things and putting the cards in there because I just like having different stuff in my deck, getting foils, whatever, all the different things.
Looking at that beautiful wall behind you.
Yeah, all this. Love all of this.
Yeah.
Happened in the sale, hate all of that. The way that things have been run and the way that things are either not coming to light or not being talked about, don't like that. I don't like the levels of we can't talk about that. It's like, you got to talk about it at some point, and you know what? You need to start talking about some things sooner than you'd like. And I don't know what is the issue with whether it's a Ravensburger thing, a Disney thing, or a contractual thing between the two about what things they can talk about, but someone needs to sit down and figure out ways where they can start talking about some of these things long before what they are doing so now.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way, as you say, to rebuild the trust, because we need to know what roadmap they're working off of, if they even have one, and where things are going. And as you mentioned, and I know that this is a big thing that a lot of people are talking about right now, like, oh, Riftbound's going to steal a bunch of Lorcana players. It doesn't. It's not even about the game Riftbound. It's about the fact that Riftbound is laying out their roadmap, and we know virtually everything that's happening with that game for like the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And the fact that we still don't know what's happening, in 3 months with Lorcana.
Yep.
With a 2-year-old game.
With a 2-year-old game.
Yep.
I think that's where the key issue is like, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. You guys, the TCG industry, it's okay to innovate in the TCG industry, but innovate in the ways that matter. Things like gameplay, things like the art, things like
Lorcana Quest.
Like Lorcana Quest. Yeah, like making social players an actual part of your game. because there are so many of them out there. The way that this game is played, you have a lot more social players than any other game on the market. And that's been removed from, because you're not telling us anything. As far as we know, social players don't matter anymore to Lorcana, because we have seen nothing that matters in everything they're doing. All of that matters. All we've seen is DLCs, competitions.
And they're failing at that too. It's like we've gone all in on competitive players so that we can disappoint you at every turn.
And it's like, how do you make money on social play? Guess what? 50%, I would say, minimum of the people who paid to go to a DLC would pay again to go to a social event the next week.
Yeah.
We all want to go to these things. How much fun was it to have the artists there, to be able to have sight of it, and be like in super competition, just to play things, to have some fun promos and exclusives, to get stuff off of the prize wall. All of that stuff is all stuff that can be used to make money. That's what you're doing, right? You're in a business. You're in business to make money, right? Social players want to give you money. Find a way to get it from them. That's all. It's really simple. Just find a way, because you know it can happen, because that's league play.
I had a blast with DLC talking to artists.
Oh man, I really enjoyed putting that wig on and those glasses on so I could go back around for a second and third time to do my signatures. I mean, what?
I mean, shout out to Kendall Hale, because I had a blast talking to him. Wish I could talk to him again in a more professional setting or something like that. But
yeah, it'd be really nice to record an episode with him or something. Wouldn't that be great?
But
that one's still in the vault.
It's still just, I don't know. It just it's salt in the wound when you have been supporting a game for over 2 years and you hope that it will improve, and it somehow starts slipping backwards.
Wow. Do we have something positive to talk about? Do you guys have you had any set champs yet? We'll get to your
I love the game.
Any set champs? Ooh, I have something positive to talk about. I wanted to recognize Enchanted Kim. Been following her on X the last couple days, well, for a long time, but specifically, she entered into that event, one of the third-party events that Ravensburger told us about, Geek Fest in Everett, Washington. And specifically, a few weeks ago now, a month ago, Kim was, open about the fact that she wanted to push to be more competitive, that she'd competed before, but never really felt like she'd kind of given it her all, and so she wanted to work on being more competitive. And sure enough, she enters this third-party tournament, and she came in 5th this weekend. She made day 2, and she came in 5th. So just want to give you a huge shout-out, Kim. Love to see it. I don't know how much prep you put into it, so the great thing is if you didn't put in much, that means the sky's the limit when you can, but I feel like she probably put in a decent amount of prep for this, and it paid off, so happy for you on that.
And to circle back, Enchanted Kim is the perfect example of a social player and how you can make money off of them, because she is now getting more competitive, which means she's going to be buying more cards, if she wasn't already, to compete as well. If you encourage the social players and make it welcoming environment for them where it's not strictly competitive, you can turn a lot of them into competitive players.
Yeah, and vice versa. We don't have to be one thing. I enjoy multiplayer. Okay? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put it out there. I like multiplayer.
I love going to League, but I will say the past 3 weeks of letdowns, I think I've been to 2 leagues when I used to go 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we really want to help the social player. We really want to
We're trying to find positive stuff. We're trying to.
I'm social and competitive, and I've gone down to 2 nights from 9.
The pricing though at Geek Fest, the third party support that Ravensburger provided was pretty. They provided them a first chapter common foil uncut sheet for the winner,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
raffled off a steel regular card uncut sheet.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything in your sphere, James, that you're excited about or feeling good about lately?
I mean, I'm gonna go play some set champs in a couple weeks. Gonna hit at least 2 probably. We'll see how it goes. I was actually planning. I was thinking about going to one today, but I ended up not going, just because I'd rather spend a day at home sitting on the couch, which is like it.
This is not the James I remember listening to before.
I'm excited for rotation.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Dude, I can't wait to start finding out the cards so I can start building decks for
Right.
the next.
Tell me what I can keep playing with.
Tell me what I can what I can put away
Yeah.
so I can move my cards that I can no longer play with, put them into the infinity stack, and get those out whenever I do an infinity
Diablo.
tournament.
You can put Diablo away.
Hey, shh.
You can 100% put Diablo away.
Hey,
Don't put them there. Don't.
Wow,
Who hurt you?
While we're talking
you.
about it, so we're under the assumption that we're going to get 1 reprint and 1 new legendary, right? That's the general assumption. If we
Yeah.
get 2
Yeah.
set. So we know we're getting Maleficent Dragon and Ruby, which means none of the other rubies are getting reprinted. So goodbye and good riddance to Big Sisu. But what do we think we are going to be keeping in the other colors? Now, rumors are we're going to get Big Elsa in Amethyst back.
I would see that one. Yep.
Rapunzel.
There was something that was going around, maybe something that it had like a picture of it, or I don't know.
I feel like Rapunzel's strong enough. I don't see Rapunzel.
Diablo.
Diablo, no.
No.
It'll be.
You
Don't
just
do
want
that
all
to
the
me.
powerful stuff to stick around.
Gonna
That's
be Ursula
what Infinity is going to be for. You can play Diablo and Rapunzel in Infinity.
in there.
All right, so
No,
James, it feels like you've thought about this a little bit. Why don't you hit us with yours, and maybe we'll...
I actually think that Rapunzel will stay.
Do you think so?
I think so because I think that it is in the current card pool. It will be a fair card. I don't because it has so little draw.
Yeah, but I mean, not all the colors have to have draw. I want Beast to be reprinted just because I want to finally see a low cost Beast in Steel. Like, give me a 1-drop Beast.
It's gonna be Robin Hood.
You do have a
I can see
beast.
Robin Hood
You do have a beast. It's called Morph.
in Steel.
Yeah.
Don't pigeonhole me into Emerald Steel.
Emerald Steel. It's the only good deck. Don't worry about
It's
it.
the deck I played most of. Okay, so you're on Rapunzel, Maleficent. What else you got? Oh, and
Ursula,
you think Ursula, Deceiver of All?
I think so.
Man,
And I think that Hades is getting the reprint in Sapphire.
that would be my reprint for Sapphire. Definitely not Lucky Dime. Definitely not Lucky Dime. Hades, I think, yeah, because he's, for me, I would want them to reprint the stuff that's good, but not too good, right? Like, I want the stuff that's serviceable. The problem I have with Ursula 3, Deceiver of All, is it limits how strong you can make songs that cost 3 or less.
They have ruined song. They do not print strong songs anymore.
Yeah, well, it's almost like anybody that's ever played a TCG before can tell you that the term free is really bad. But, I mean, because I think they need to reprint one of Strength or Storm. Not both, but one. I would argue for Strength. But, again, like, then we've got the Ursula problem still.
Did you say the term free is bad?
Yes, free is bad. Yes.
Oh, weird.
Free is bad. Just take it out of your nomenclature. Just take it out of your vocabulary. Ravensburger, free. No. Okay, so you're on... So where are you at for Steel?
Robin Hood, I think.
Oh, yeah, you said Robin Hood. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think
In
both
looking
are fine.
at the Ambers, The only other one that I can see getting a reprint might be Mufasa.
That's what I was thinking is Mufasa. Because that's a fun, useful card that hasn't seen much limelight. Just think Rapunzel's just too strong.
I want Rapunzel.
I know you do.
Be prepared.
He wants Diablo.
Yeah, but Diablo's dumb, so that one shouldn't happen.
All right.
Hurt you.
Okay, so Benny wants all the OP stuff. I just want the journeyman legendaries, and James is somewhere in between.
I know one that I want reprinted, and it's a common.
We're only talking legendaries.
I was like, we're talking about legendaries, but sure, go ahead.
Bucky, reprinted the right
Bucky's
way.
an uncommon, but thank you.
Whatever, good enough.
All
but
right.
reprint him the right way. If they get their Fortisphere and their Flavishums back, give me my Bucky back.
Yes,
give me my
James.
Bucky.
Yes, James.
Straight off onto that fucking tangent.
All right, let's open your...
Hey, you know what, though?
Pack,
If it's not Elsa, you know what I could see them doing? I could see them reprinting Yensid so that they can actually make an actual...
Do brooms, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't lean into brooms as much as it felt like they were going to on the first chapter.
Like they got 80% of the way there.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
So I feel like we need to play Eric's game. If you haven't checked out on X, we had Eric the gamer. He basically challenged people to call out what they think the reprints were going to be. I don't think we've got time to go as deep as he did. He did 6 commons, 5 uncommons, whatever. But I think we should, maybe make a little game, do another little draft type thing of hey, we each pick, a certain number of cards of each rarity or whatever. For a reprint and see how many of us get as many right. I need some type of what's the word I'm
Redemption?
looking for? Redemption. Thank you from my awful showing at Worlds. Oh, so bad. Anyways,
hey, we could do that for next week because we're going to start hearing stuff at Gen Con in 2 weekends. So we should probably, if we're going to do it, we have to do it next week.
Okay,
let's do it next week. All right, here we go.
All right, he opened up a pack. Darling Deer.
I'm surprised I haven't seen that in as many aggro decks.
Adelaide
2-3.
Bon Famille.
That's a mouthful.
Captain Hook.
Yes.
I'm just going to do these
I'm
quick.
big on Captain Hook. Yeah, now he's not even trying.
Bagura.
He's covered up all the art, too. Look at this.
All right. The best part.
Chaka.
3-2 evasive. Or no, he's the 2-2 evasive.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Best card so far. Candy Drift.
Candy Drift.
I'm on the 2-2 evasive for 2 still.
All right. Got a puppy.
Abu.
Nice. Okay.
What's going to ruin my league for other people? Rhino.
Oh. Easy.
That's your card right there.
Easy.
Yzma.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's Rhino,
And-
but sure.
And a foil Chief Bogo.
Oh, you got a foil legendary. Nice.
There you go. Actually got a decent pack for once.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, the Rhino and the foil legendary.
Yep.
That's your dollar's worth right there.
There you go. And that's an easy draft pick. Easy. 4 cost, 4/3/2 lore, resist 2.
I had 2 Rhinos, and I'm glad to finally have the 3rd.
There you go.
Someone put that Yzma, one copy of that Yzma, into their levers deck in the Emerald Amethyst levers deck to pull those wrong levers out just a little quicker for one time. You could bounce it. Keep looking for it.
Oh my goodness. I still don't know what I'm playing, by the way. I got my first set champs next weekend. Still
Build something like next week or 2 and just practice it all week, right?
Are you kidding me? I'm going to decide on something and have no games before the start of it, because that's how I roll. Practice. We're talking about practice? Practice.
If you watch last week's, I showed with the deck that I built, and I'm gonna basically be taking that, and then I'll decide the day before whether I actually play it And then everyone will be like, I thought you were playing the discard deck. And I'm like, nope, guess what? Steel Song.
Oh yeah, yours is one of the lists that I'm considering stealing.
It's a pretty fun deck, and it works. I lost to Blurple on last Monday. But he knew what I was playing, and he played out characters as fast as he could. And, oh, man, it was horrible. He was... I think I mentioned this. It was horrible. He was like pulling friends the turn after I played Ursula. And then he would play the friends, and then I would play another Ursula, and nothing, and then he'd pull another friends. It was like...
Oh, come on. All right, it looks like you got a giveaway ready to roll there, Benny.
Oh, hey, giveaway.
I do. I was going to say you were asking for good news earlier, and I thought, wow, why didn't I bring this up? All right.
Have to get to the good stuff, people.
Here we go. I just lazily found a website that I could have a little wheel on.
I was
You
going to
guys
say,
see that?
Yeah. That's what everybody
Perfect.
uses.
Here we go.
Wait, what are we giving away? Let's say it again. What we're giving away.
We got this this playmat, the Fallen playmat, from our fantastic people over at Dragon Shield. There, we've got amber amber mat sleeves, and the Fallen, Shanna and Huro. Dragon Shield sleeves as well. And you know what? I'm sure I'll throw some other stuff in there too, just for funsies.
Can I just say that who are we picking from? Because we want to shout out, like, these are all our YouTube subscribers, yeah? So
Yeah.
shout out to everyone there.
Unless you for some reason have it on not public, and then I can't see it. So
Yes.
I'm sorry if you are one of those people.
Yeah, but
All right.
whoever is, subbing, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate you checking it out. I see a few names on there I recognize. Rules of Villainy, Rude Rose is on there. So thank you to all for checking us out. Not sure why you subject yourself to this, but I appreciate you.
Yeah. I like this one, actually. Wayne Wilson. It makes me think of like a superhero from like a Marvel comic or something like that.
Yep.
All right, let's jump into it. I'm gonna do 3 names because I'm probably gonna throw in some other stuff, and then I'll just message in order of draw and see what they want. Seems the simplest way. All right, here we go.
Benny's really hoping it's someone he doesn't have to ship to. The loser out here.
Okay, we got the Roscoe 31, number 1.
Screenshot.
I don't know how to do that. I'm old.
We have it on recording. You don't have to
Exactly.
screenshot it.
Whatever.
Number 2.
And
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh. That's a fitting one.
Yeah, that is actually somebody who is very frequently in the Discord.
Long-time supporter. Thank you.
Long-time supporter. I think this is actually his second time winning as well.
Hey, when you stick around that long, your odds go up,
Exactly. That's what I heard. It's like a lottery for some sort of DLC tickets.
Gosh.
And number 3, we've
Clearly
got...
giving away DLC tickets.
Right.
Oh!
Oh, look at that.
Steven was so close.
Michael Data.
All right.
Yeah, Steven was so close. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the 3 there. We've got
Roscoe,
AJ, and Michael Data.
Nice.
Thanks,
Congrats,
everybody. You bet.
I will message you guys shortly after this episode goes live, so I don't spoil the surprise. Too good.
All right. That's it, folks.
That's it. I get to go upstairs, curl up after a weekend at a soccer tournament, and cry myself to sleep while all my muscles are tense and tight.
Ah. You hear
Is that
that?
why
Benny's tight.
They're a little red right around here.
Yeah. I filled in for all the injuries that my wife's co-ed soccer team had. And the fun fun thing about that is I played last Monday, and last Monday was the first time that I've actually played soccer in a competitive setting in 22 years.
Ooh.
Wow. I'm just waiting for you to play rugby and just...
I've played a couple games of touch rugby so far.
Yeah, wait till it's the contact.
I'm gonna come in crutches one night. All right, let's record this episode.
That's like the best case scenario for what I think.
Hey. More like two casts like on
I was gonna
those
say,
thing.
I'm thinking more local man dies trying to play sports.
I thought that would be best case scenario. You guys get to take over a podcast then, right?
No, Martin takes over. We'll just give it to Martin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There you go, Martin. You found out how you get to take over. Over my cold, dead body.
Take up professional rugby, practice your heart out, move to Canada, join the same league as Benny, take him out, profit.
There you go. There you go.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us on this magical journey. We love having you here week after week to endure the torture that we put out. Yeah. Join us again next week where we have our draft that, no big deal. I'm just going to try and win it again.
This time.
See you later.
Bye, everybody. Oh, find him on socials. X, and Twitter, and all the different podcast spaces. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Find us.